comfortable, everybody. I like this room. It's kind of nice and cozy. Oops. Except you can hear everything, like people dropping their coffee. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Cheryl Friesen. I'm a science liaison for the Forest Service. And welcome to our workshop with the longest name of a workshop I have ever put on. Integrated Planning for and Management of Recreation and Wildlife Resources, Building a Shared Understanding of Obligations, Opportunities, and Challenges. So thank you all for being here. This workshop is funded by the Pacific Northwest Research Station, the Willamette National Forest, the Northwest Oregon BLM. Northwest Oregon BLM people, shout out, raise your hands. Yay! We don't get BLM and Forest Service people in the room very often, so thank you for being here. And also the Regional Wildlife Program helped to fund some of the travel, so appreciate you guys. And we had a planning committee that was also the largest I've ever had, of probably a dozen people. So this has been an effort of love that's gone over for a number of months. So again, we appreciate you being here. I'll need to say hello to some folks out in Webland. We've got about 20 people who are watching this via webinar across the country, so welcome you guys. And if you've got questions out there in Webland, just feel free to enter something into the chat and we'll get your questions up to the speakers. Hopefully you all picked up some cards that were out at the registration table. There will be a flip chart staffed by some folks during breaks and lunch for you to give input on what you feel your pressing recreation and wildlife research needs are. So here's your chance to be heard and get those questions into the hands of the researchers. Another announcement, if you pre-registered with a buddy, how many of you registered with a buddy? Yay. There's chocolate for you out at the registration table. If you would like to claim a buddy while you are here, I do have some extra supplies, so you just have to present yourself to the registration desk holding the hand of your buddy. This has to be a recreation wildlife pairing, and they will give you chocolates during the break or the lunch. So with that, restrooms across the way, coffee service out in the lobby. There's some good stuff we can tell you where to find later. The Forest Service cannot pay for any break materials, so if you would be so kind as to put some dollars and things into the baskets out there, my checkbook would appreciate it. So thank you. So let me move into the agenda. My first job with the Forest Service was up on Admiralty Island National Monument. I was a wilderness ranger. We carried very large guns. And we always joked to ourselves that if there was actually an interaction between the recreationists and wildlife, the bears there were bears outnumbered people 500 to 1, who would we shoot? The bear or the visitor? And depending on the day, you could get a different answer to that question. But I think where we're at today, I mean, that was 30-some years ago, to tell you my age. We need to have a much more mature and imaginative and thoughtful approach on how we're going to be managing our wildlife and our human interactions over time, because we want them to be successful, not from a predator-prey standpoint, but successful from an experience and the types of maintaining the habitat that wildlife need. So this workshop is to help us gain that maturity. And I've got 3 folks that are going to kick it off for us this morning and put us on that road. We've invited Josh Chapman, who's the Regional Wildlife Program Manager, Brad Conover, who is our Regional Landscape Architect, and Zach Jarrett, who is a Recreation Planner for the State Office with the Bureau of Land Management. So help me welcome these guys up here.